you make your recipe for success? Yesterday is one of those days that reminded me of how fragile life is. One of our organizations had a tragic incident that happened inside our building, and it happened quickly. I happened to be a witness to the sounds of it, and it's quite challenging. And so, my ingredient today may not sound like it aligns with tragedy or bad day, but I want to share my view of hope. And one of my favorite movies is a movie called Shawshank Redemption, Tim Robbins and Morgan Freeman. If you haven't seen the movie, it's a good movie about relationships, uh, cultural differences, background differences, and creating a friendship and bond out of a place that not the best place necessarily to create the bond. It was set in a prison scene called Shawshank. But one of the statements that Tim Robbins' character, Andy Dufresne, made toward the end of the movie as he began his escape outside the building was, "Hope is a good thing, and no good thing ever dies." I think there's two kinds of hope you can have in life. You can have the lucky kind of hope. I hope I get lucky. I hope I get a job. I hope this works out. I hope. But the hope I want to talk to you about as a solid ingredient is an anchor kind of hope, right? A hope that anchors your mind, anchors your soul, right? Every good ingredient has to have an anchor, right? Has an anchor ingredient that has to hold that recipe together. Sometimes it's flour. Flour can be the anchor ingredient. If you're going to be baking and doing different types of food, you need an anchor. Milk is an anchor. If you're going to be doing meals that require a liquid substance, I love cooking with broth. Broth is an anchor to whatever you're doing. So you need an anchor, and hope becomes an anchor. Hope for a better tomorrow. Maybe some of you are in a hopeless situation, a challenging situation, a difficult situation, maybe health wise, financially, relationship wise. And it is challenging your belief that things will turn around or things will change. Back to the movie Shawshank Redemption, that character, Andy Dufresne, had been in prison for 20 years for a crime he did not commit. But in all of that 20 years, he kept the hope that he was innocent and that he would be free. That's a difficult thing to do over 20 years. But again, as I quoted toward the end, before he made his escape, he still had hope for. He said, hope is a good thing and no good thing ever dies. Never let the thing that you're hoping for die. If you're hoping that a relative changed their life or a situation changed, keep hoping for that. Never give up. Never surrender that, because when you surrender that basic hope, you've surrendered your anchor. It's like deciding not to add the flour to the meal that requires flour. You have surrendered the anchor that's going to hold the thing together. So hope is an anchor, and it keeps us steady in unsteady times and in unsteady place. It's not just a Pollyanna, I got on rose-colored glasses and I'm walking around full of hope with flowers in my hair. It's not that kind of hope. It's an anchor. When you're hoping for your dream to come, your opportunity to come, something has to anchor you in that place so that the winds, the rains, the challenges, the market, job changes, people come along and they could blow your hope out of that thing. And so I've had things that I am still hoping to accomplish. I'm still believing that I can do it and that I will make that recipe one day. So I want to challenge you to think about the things that you are hoping for. But also think about the things that you gave up that you're no longer hoping for. Maybe the things to go back and resurrect that hope again and refresh your mindset on hoping. Maybe you gave up on a person. Maybe you gave up on ever getting the right job or meeting the right spouse or starting that company or writing that book or painting that painting or writing that poetry or making that hip hop song, whatever it is, or producing Broadway, plays, movies. Maybe things have gone on and you said, that's just not going to happen for me. Don't let that hope go away, right? Hope and faith are twin siblings. They go together. So I want to challenge you to keep your hope alive, right? It's an old saying that was part of a mantra of an active movement many years ago by Jesse Jackson of the Push Rainbow Coalition. And he would always say, keep hope alive. So I want to challenge you today, wherever you are in your life, I want to tell you, keep hope alive. A better day is absolutely coming, and your breakthrough is just around the corner. And add this as an ingredient to your weekly design and recipe for success. I'll see you another day on an episode of Lewis Howard and keeping your dream